Have you ever brought home a watermelon that looked amazing, only to find it bland when you cut it, leaving your family disappointed? I'm going to share easy and practical tips to ensure you always pick watermelons that are fresh, sweet, and flavorful. Start by looking at the watermelon's color and examining the rind stripes. Quality watermelons typically have well-defined, dark, and evenly spaced stripes. This shows the watermelon is fully ripe, with a well-developed rind, and flesh rich in water and sugar, resulting in strong sweetness, natural fragrance, and a crisp bite. When the stripes on a watermelon's rind are broken, faint, or irregular, it usually has lower sweetness, less water, and a bland flavor. Look for the yellow spot on the watermelon. This indicates where it lay on the ground while maturing. If you see a yellow spot, it signals that the watermelon has been on the ground for a while and has ripened naturally, with juicy, crisp flesh. If the yellow spot is pale or unclear, the sugar inside hasn't matured, making the fruit bland. Don't pick these watermelons. Choose watermelons with a deeper green color. Naturally ripened fruits of this shade will yield sweet, crisp, and refreshingly juicy slices. Watermelons showing a bright, light green color are often unripe, having thick rinds and flesh that lacks sweetness. Fourth is to look at the navel of the watermelon. Today I will tell you, choose one with a smaller navel, because during the ripening process, the navel also shrinks and becomes smaller. This shows that the fruit has fully developed, with a thinner rind and more water inside the flesh. A large navel on a watermelon is often a sign that it was harvested too early, resulting in underdeveloped, less sweet fruit. The watermelon stem is a key indicator. Sunlight, fertilizer, and water during growth all influence ripeness, which is reflected in the stem. Choose a watermelon with a green stem. The fresher the stem, the fresher the watermelon, the better it tastes at the same time, and usually tastes sweeter. Lightly tap the watermelon rind a few times, 3 to 5 taps, to check the sound, and test multiple watermelons to choose the sweetest. If you hear a deep and resonant sound, it's a sign the watermelon is ripe and full of water. When the watermelon is ripe and full of juice, tapping it creates a deeper, more resonant sound. This happens when the watermelon flesh has naturally plumped up. If the sound is dull or too high-pitched, the watermelon's flesh is likely spongy and lacks sweetness and juice. This is a simple but very useful tip. Now let's check the watermelon. Selected. According to the characteristics I just shared, a watermelon with a curled stem is a sign of freshness, and it usually has a small navel. The yellow spot shows where the watermelon touched the ground. Remove the stem, position it upright, and cut it lengthwise. If you have leftover watermelon after cutting, divide it into smaller pieces. Wrap them well with plastic wrap, and keep them in the refrigerator. Try not to leave watermelon at room temperature for too long. Do you remember how to choose fresh, crisp and sweet watermelon? We've reached the end of this video. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment below. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. Share it with relatives and friends, and subscribe to stay updated. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel. See you in the next video. Hello. Can you tell if an apple is sweet or not? It's simple. Consuming more apples benefits your health, enhancing your immune system, while also supporting weight management and body beauty. Here are some practical and simple methods to help you choose the best apples. Color is the first factor to check. Although a red apple looks attractive, sometimes sellers use treatments to make them appear more vibrant. Do not choose red and green apples because they are usually underripe. Lots of green on the skin indicates the apple isn't fully matured. Relatively tasteless apples should be avoided. Pick red and yellow apples with vertical stripes, as these are ripe and have a crisp, sweet flavor. Second, look at the texture. The stripes are a symbol of natural ripeness, and apples with more stripes are ripe. These striped apples are not only delicious and juicy, but their quality improves with the number of stripes. Lack of stripes or uneven striping indicates that the apple will have firm flesh and a relatively strong acidic taste. Third, examine the apple's stem and navel. A pale green stem means the apple is newly harvested, soft, and sweet. Apples with yellow or very dark stems have been harvested earlier and tend to be less juicy and less flavorful. The navel determines sweetness. Apples with shallow navels, called male apples, usually have hard flesh and do not develop a crisp, slightly sour taste. The navel with a deep indentation marks a female apple. It has a rounder body and a longer, wider top. The longer and wider the fruit, the more sweet and juicy it will be. So when choosing an apple, choose the female apple instead of the male apple. When choosing an apple, touch its skin to judge its roundness and smoothness. Apples that are too smooth are often underripe. Such an apple may taste sour and could possibly have been injected with hormones or coated to look shiny. Apples cultivated in natural conditions often feel rough to the touch and may show minor brown blemishes. Such apples are relatively ripe. It can be said that each fruit is sweet and delicious. Fifth, weight is a key factor in selecting apples. Take apples of the same size, feel their weight in your hands, and choose the heavier ones. You'll notice some apples are heavier than others. Pick the heavier apples, as their higher water content ensures a crisp texture. The lighter the apple, the less juicy it will be, with a dry texture inside. To select a good apple, go for the heavier ones. First, look at the color. Buy red mixed with yellow. Don't buy all red or too green. The second tip is to examine the outer texture. Select apples showing clear markings and avoid those lacking patterns. Third, look at the navel and stalk. Fourth, touch the surface of the apple. Buy the one that feels rough. Don't buy the one that feels smooth. Fifth, weigh the weight. Buy the heavy ones and not the light ones. Here are some tips for choosing apples. Don't forget to share with your family and friends. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for your support. Goodbye, see you in the next video.